Milton officers arrived on scene, finding a 25-year-old man laying in the grass between the street and the sidewalk, suffering a gunshot wound to the chest. The officer asked who shot him, and the man said, Mizzy.
Oh, that nigga!
It was all he was able to say before fading in and out of consciousness.
Bro.
In the stolen car with the loaded gun in front of the man's house. He's now suspected of killing.
So you killed the nigga and then went to his house in the same car that you killed him at with the same gun you killed him with. And that's smart to you.
These exotic boys, smoke exotic ops. You ain't heard about murder boys, we got exotic glocks. Tight to pull up real fast, with a lot of shots. Bitch, I'm feeling just like Mac, I got a lot of guap.
What up, Mula gang? It's your boy Mac Mula, aka Mr. Mula Mac, and I'm back with another video. Y'all know how we rockin', man. Clout stock, keep the cushion in my pocket. Listen, man. Check it out, old photo. We finna jump right into this video. Smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the rest of my channels, this channel too. On bro grade, we got 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with Charlie. I'm rocking with me. 1090 Jake, man, you are a nigga.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS.
You are a nigga,
it's
bro.
1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all.
Get the
y'all
pass,
rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on a Massachusetts rapper who was beefing with an old friend for 2 years. Before fatally shooting him in front of his own home.
In front of his own crib.
The state police alleged that on July 10th of this year, he committed the offense of murder.
Yeah, his ain't getting out.
July 10th, 2021.
July 10th.
The Milton Police Department received a 911 call at 6:07 p.m. for a man that was shot in the area of 36 Belvoir Road. Milton officers arrived on scene, finding a 25-year-old man laying in the grass between the street and the sidewalk, suffering a gunshot wound to the chest. The responding officer immediately applied first aid as the wounded man said he couldn't breathe. The officer asked who shot him, and the man said, Mizzy.
Oh, that nigga!
It was all he was able to say before fading in and out of consciousness as he was slowly dying.
Pause. Listen, I have a mentorship called the Mula membership where I'm going to teach you how to get rich with business, YouTube, crypto, stocks, financial literacy, credit, every single way. Now, I became a millionaire by the time I was 23 years old. I'm going to teach you step by step for only $50. Click the first link in the description right now and get added to my group chat where I'm going to give you one-on-one help to make sure you get rich in 2024. Click it right now. Stop tweaking because we got very, very, very limited spots and I don't want you to miss this bag. Bro, that's insane. That's insane. The police got there. He bleeding out from the shots. He said, I can't breathe. They come give him medical help. They say, who shot you? Shorty said, Mizzy. Mizzy did it. Before he died. That is insane, folks. That ain't the first time I heard some like that, but that is insane, folks. That's insane, gang. And I know a lot of niggas, well, he's a snitch, he's a that. I'm not gonna call that man nothing, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, at the end of the day, gang, anybody can say what they gonna say until they on the floor bleeding out 2 seconds away from death and see what they say. A lot of niggas ain't gonna. So all that sound cool on this side of life, but when you finna check on and you might happen.
The man was transported by EMS to Boston Medical Center, 20 minutes away.
20
and if
minutes.
you're from Boston, you already know 90% of the gunshot victims who end up at BMC, they don't make it. The man underwent emergency surgery and was pronounced dead at 10:15 p.m. He was identified as 25-year-old Marquis Simmons. Investigators
maybe like Stroger in Chicago. You go to Stroger, gang, man. Tell that folks to take your University of Chicago or Northwestern. Get the Northwestern if you can get the Northwestern. You hear me? But it's crazy how like what hospital a motherfucker go to will be the difference between life and death. Ain't that some crazy? That mean they really don't care about us for real, gang. They can't even get the hospitals right. They got trillions. They print money. They can't even get the hospitals right. So we can stay alive.
Spoke with witnesses at the scene. One specifically who was walking groceries into his cousin's home. As he exited his vehicle, he heard 2 pops and saw 2 males in their early 20s running down the road making a right turn on Blue Hills Parkway. He stated both men were wearing face masks, one dressed in a red tracksuit and the other a green or blue tracksuit, and one of the men had a short style haircut. He then saw the victim laying on the ground on the side of the street, who asked him to ring the doorbell. The witness stated he dialed 911 before taking his shirt off to apply pressure to the victim's gunshot wound. Lastly, he told investigators he didn't hear any argument prior to the gunshots going off. Police retrieved security camera footage from Tucker Elementary School located at 187 Blue Hills Parkway around the corner from the shooting scene. Footage revealed a black Mercedes with tinted windows driving by at a high speed. Another witness located on the same street heard the shots, went to the front of her home, and saw the Mercedes driving erratically with a main license plate attached.
Right.
Investigators looked into the last words spoken by the victim that night, the name Mizzy Cash. Police quickly named 21-year-old Miles King, who's had numerous interactions with Milton police in the past and had previously been identified by his alias, which is also his Instagram handle. Investigators viewed multiple YouTube music videos of Miles wearing a necklace reading Mizzy, and he'd previously been arrested in April of 2019 in a stolen vehicle with a loaded gun.
And then when you do some like that and they go to your Instagram and they see you got guns, do you think that's helping your murder case or hurting it? You tell me, bro. Like, that's like, what the wrong with y'all? Like,
what came as
in the streets, get off the internet. Let's start
there. He was arrested in the stolen car with the loaded gun in front of the man's house. He's now suspected of killing. Mizzy was listed as living.
So you killed the nigga and then went to his house in the same car that you killed him at with the same gun you killed him with, and that's smart to you. That made sense to you. You thought that through and you was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Like, y'all niggas be remedial. Special ed, LD on bro.
Milton, literally minutes away from the victim's home, and detectives had previously seen a black Mercedes parked at Mizzy's house with a main license plate. A detective had drove past Mizzy's home before responding to the shooting scene, observing a black Mercedes in the driveway and a woman standing at the rear of the vehicle manipulating the license plate. He was unable to read the plate, but was able to confirm it was a mass plate. The woman then made eye contact with the detective and immediately stopped what she was doing as the detective continued on to the shooting scene, where he later connected the vehicle to the shooting. Returning back to the home it was parked at, the Mercedes was now gone. Detectives interviewed Mizzy's mom at the home, stating she last saw her son at her salon in Roxbury. She gave him a haircut around 5:30 and then he left. She said she last spoke with him around 8:30 at night and told investigators she knew he was involved in a shooting, advising he was going to turn himself in. The day after the shooting, Mizzy Cash was arrested at the Milton police station on a warrant for murder. July 12th, Mizzy Cash appeared in court. Details emerged as the district attorney detailed how Mizzy allegedly shot and killed Marquise after Marquise pulled up to his house and got off a scooter, only making it a few yards away. Authorities have yet to release a motive for the murder, but family believe it stems from the fact that the two are both rappers that used to be friends, and Mizzy had a vendetta against the victim, dating back to when he was arrested outside of the victim's house with a gun 2 years prior. That case is still open, and Mizzy is still facing weapons charges and being in a stolen vehicle, on top of the now murder case. The victim's mother spoke with the news saying, "I'm numb because I've lost my sister. 2 years later, I lost my dad. 2 years later, they took my baby."
That's
not even including the gun and stolen vehicle charge. Mizzy is facing up to life in Massachusetts State Prison
for the
murder of his friend turned enemy.
It's over with, sir.
Now, first and foremost, I had to Google where Milton was at because it doesn't pop up in my mind, right? I've never heard of Milton as being on that as far as, you know, shooting and everything else goes. In Boston,
I'm pretty sure this nigga is from, like, Boston area. He talking like Boston. I'm pretty sure.
Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan. I mean, even the projects in Southie, you can get popped. You got the South End. But Milton? And the thing that confused me is apparently he reps a hood in Boston off Blue Hill Ave. I don't know how that works because the paperwork said he was born in Milton. He currently lives in Milton at his mother's house in Milton.
Right.
But he might have grew up in Boston, whatever it is. I don't know. And this kid, he's a rapper. I'm assuming a drill rapper. Because
let me tell you something though. Usually, when somebody come from the suburbs, like, you know what I'm saying, that's not an area where it's like popping and like niggas will get shot. If you're not from the hood, all that be trying to be cool. Usually. Because it doesn't make any sense. How are you gangbanging in Beverly Hills? Does that make sense to you? You was born and raised in Beverly Hills, but you a Crip. That don't go together. That don't make no sense at all. There's no reason for you to gangbang at all. You were from Beverly Hills. If you doing this it's because you saw this thought it was cool, your favorite rapper did it, so now you gonna copy everything he do and you wanna look like him. It's kind of sweet. It's kind of like, you know, alternative lifestyle, LMNOP community. Rainbow. I'm just saying.
The guns in his videos. He's got a song called 900K. Whatever, right? Falls out with his friend for whatever reason. Gets caught in the stolen car with the gun. Motherfuckers only getting stolen cars with guns when they're ready to go shoot some shit. Not alleging that he was trying to make a move that day when he first got arrested.
Maybe.
But to hear that 2 years later, he allegedly made that move and is now charged with the death of his friend. It's crazy. And I mean, literally lived up the block from who he's charged with killing.
Right.
They might as well have been neighbors. And they were able to figure this out so fast.
Right.
Because the rapper who died
said your
flat
name.
out told police who did it.
Yeah.
Now that isn't enough to convict somebody. And I know a ton of people are going to be like, but how? There's been murder cases where the victim who died had said the name and the person still beat the murder.
Yeah.
The only things that he's got going against him right now is that Mercedes that they saw parked at his place. The Mercedes was seen with a different license plate. And then a woman was seen changing the license plate.
Right.
That isn't a good sign. They don't know who the second man is, though, that was present for the shooting.
Right.
It didn't say nothing about they recovered the weapon.
Right. There's
a lot of things
could be
that haven't been connected.
To be connected, most of the time to have a secure murder trial, you got to have had the weapon, DNA evidence, witnesses. You know what I'm saying? Like, them the big three things. You get what I'm saying? Any type of DNA evidence, like fingerprints, like placing you on the scene or some shit like that. Like, you know, like proving murder weapon. Those are the big three things: murder weapon, got DNA evidence, and witnesses. Then you pretty much got to use all of them to put the shit together, and the story got to make sense. Okay, do you have evidence that this man was here at this location? Do we have evidence that this man, like, you get what I'm saying? Maybe the phone or some shit like that. But even the phone, because I can give my phone to my homie. And my homie could have went and killed him. I didn't know he came back giving my phone. So it has to be beyond reasonable doubt. That's why pretty much every case is beatable. Unless they catch you red-handed or some shit like that. Like, they catch you with a gun on your waist and they pull the gun off your waist on a body cam in a traffic stop. Bro, then okay, you can fight the case. You might be able to get it lower down, but 9 out of 10 you gonna be found guilty easy. You know what I'm saying? But you unalive somebody, shorty. You take somebody out, and you don't got no witnesses placing you on the scene. They don't find the murder weapon, and they don't got no DNA evidence. Most times you either gonna walk if you don't cop out, but you gotta have that money for that lawyer too. Otherwise, you gonna cop out because you're gonna be scared of that 50 years, 60 years they gonna get your whether you did it or not. That's how streets
all signs can point towards one person.
The guys, boy.
That doesn't always mean they're gonna be convicted in court.
Right.
But regardless of wherever he's from, can happen anywhere.
Right.
Killers can be bred anywhere, especially if you got somebody that wants to be in that genre that he's in.
Right.
Where you're talking
like
about
that.
killing and beefing block to block.
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter where the you're from. If you want to entertain that and you're constantly thinking about guns, ops, killing, eventually you're going to find yourself in a position where you act out on those thoughts.
On some slow shit.
extended day creed that I learned in prison. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your feelings.
Yeah.
Watch your feelings, they become your actions. Watch
Yeah.
your actions, they become your habits.
Yeah.
Watch your habits, they become your lifestyle.
Preach.
Watch your lifestyle, it controls your destiny.
Preach,
As long
brother.
As you're sitting
Preach, brother. Take your time, Pastor. Oh, phone now.
and thinking about being a gangster, eventually you're gonna act on it. You're gonna find yourself in a gangster situation. Now you're 21 years old. You could have had a rap career. He just linked up with Gilly from Philly. He could have potentially had something going on with this music.
Right.
But he's 21 years old fighting for his life
Yeah.
against a murder charge. And if this turns out to be true and he is proven guilty, man, he a bad motherfucker. Because if you really peep game to what they said, he went and got a haircut before he caught a body.
Before he
But
caught a
hey,
body, he tried to
it's
look
1090
pretty, catch
J.
the bodies. Nigga. Crash out, dummy, goofy, lame, stupid, goofy, lame, stupid, goofy. On bro grade, nigga had to say it 3 times. Went and got a haircut, and I'm gonna go catch a body.